Though it's hard, I know I gotta keep up. No time to late to drift away. I fill my space, I spend my time.
Good morning, or good day, or good night, depending on where you're at. It's almost good day here even. Taking measurements. I found these. They were in there. Found my protective glasses.
Yeah.
Where's my brush cutter at? Try to the side already. Yeah. If we get this ready, then if you roll it to the tractor, then I can take the same tractor, put forks on, then I can put the pallet on and put everything ready for tomorrow. Yep.
Yeah.
But first build, obviously. Priority build. Have you taken the measurements? The tire numbers are easy to see. There is one rim like so good that you can actually see stuff.
Man såg väl stod med det stod bara section halv 16 sen 15 10 där står det liksom.
Men det är om du tar pro measurements nu så får vet man i alla fall.
Ja, det ska ta härifrån.
Pro measurements.
Vi får där till det där.
I'm gonna put the building mode, which is maybe camera a little bit low. Building mode on. Get them right numbers.
45 ja, det är 45. 45 meter.
Det är höjd, alltså det är höjd hifrån något.
Det är där hur mycket det är från det käskelinjen liksom hitåt eller hitåt där.
Nej, jo det där hur mycket det är ju inte mitt i
Det är
det.
hur mycket det hjulet blir som är in och ut.
Ja.
Också.
Ja, det måste nog vara ganska
Det var ju
rätt.
där 45 meter sen så.
För det däcket får inte vara utanför lokalen, då blir det sackon och däcket är för långt ut.
Ja.
Då måste man bygga om hela bilen.
Det skulle vara det 60.
Får du sitten måste vara siinä. Lite svårt.
No, man ser om man inte mått
Ja, man ser om en millis nog. I det inre hållet, ja. Så det ser nog ut som 60 mil. För när det håller sådär så lite. Det är nog 60.
Ja, 60.
59, 60.
60,01.
Det är ganska viktigt att det måste vara. Men man tycker att det finns en många av det alltså.
Ja,
Ja.
det är pappsalt mindre.
Ja. 5 bultar, det är extra viktigt.
Ja, sen är det 5 gånger 114 det är där det går vad det är det här. Det här är det går sen det där och det där bulten till det där bulten 114 kommer det gå 3.
Ja.
Ja.
Throw that in the trash. Trash is
Ja.
det. Järnspånare i det lagar bra tänder.
Visst någon gång så där kanske det räcker att det tycker att det ska vara där ute.
Man tycker att det skulle stå när man köper att det skulle stå att det sopii malleihin.
Mm.
Har du allt som det behövs annars man kan börja putsa där järntappen så ändå ska putsas. yeah, we got some stuff here. We'll see what we can put together of it. Ja, inte började bara med ungefär. Ja. De skulle ju båda vara nog, de var nog inte här tills dropparna.
Mm.
Det där var i alla fall bra.
2,2.
Good presser.
Det där är vid 2 så här är det riktigt bra.
Och vad är optimalt trycket för att packa snö?
Lite mer.
Det är berättelsebetar. De behöver inte vara lösa. Jag vet inte vad extra. Men det är bra. Vad som skulle vara bra. Excuse me. Nordman.
Här lite mindre det här. Här står det uppe här ET38
Ja.
och någon 6J15H. Se vad den bilen går. 6 ja. Ja keskireikan monista on se.
De här andra de hade inte det där numren någonstans. Det var så deras rostigt där som nummer. Rusty.
Man såg nog lite där på det sen så jag hoppas i det står i...
Vilken är det klarast ut? Är det någon som är minst rostig?
Där står de där.
Mm.
Där står bara där 6,5 väg 16 sen något Z92 något sånt
Som är useful. Nothing useful.
Nej, 1,8.
Behöver det pampas upp lite.
Ja.
Behöver det pampas upp.
Måste man lägga lite i de här och kan ta med det där shortsäderna för dem.
Ja, vänta gott, det är lättast. Bara två.
Bara 2.
Pump it up, pump up the jam. Pump up the jam. We're not going to put the winter tires on the cars yet. That's not on the agenda today. Even if we're working with tires. So good when it's not hot anymore now. It's just so good weather to get stuff done. Ja, det går att du får sitta på där.
Ja.
Måste sitta så som de är där.
Ja.
back down. Det är assemblyn som gäller. Till nästa var det något som började någon skissa så fixa sen. Det är assemblyn som gäller till nästa. Det är sånt papper när det där axeln sen de man putsar för det är sand. Rasvapresse kan du ta, ja. Axle. Big axle. Needs to be cleaned. Enää papaa. Putsaa lite ändå rena inte sand. Sand plus ihra det sådär. Får få putsa det. Och så nästan börjar något sån här. Ja, nu skulle jag börja gå sådär. För skräperi. Skräperitur. Det är ju mesta semmoinen kuin paperi, joka skulle gå med sån inte det, borrmaskin med någon ända måste få hiottua oikein. Där man tar det där plus papper så får man nog. Ja. Det är inte marginalit, det är inte så tiukka det här, det är inga lite haj.
Det ser inte ut som det ska slitas mycket ännu.
Nej.
Där är någon sån här kauhean burk.
Laina ja appal, man kan sätta alla däcken i radaren så töckar man det där i nu.
Ja, ska det här in där.
Sen får man ställa istället. Let's see. Let's put these tires. Starts lining them up. We should put four of these in the middle and then get two other types. Is there a difference? There's like a difference if we want to put like where the rim is that side, this side out, this side out. Let's try to balance it. Där så en och en panasi.
Ja, sieltä on itse nippan på andra.
Ja, annars trugar man bara in från sidan. Eller byta, man kan ju byta nippan nästan om man vill. Man riktigt vill hifistele. That's kind of how it's gonna look. Of course, tires a little bit closer to each other. And then just put the axle through. Put it there. Clamps on the end. Let's see if it works. Oh yeah, the certs are working still. Good stuff.
Ja,
Yep, working. A little grease in there. Greasy stuff. Det här slitas till man där upp lite. Håller slitas, men det är nog...
det är lite sådär.
Det är nog det håller för det här.
Ja,
För det här jobben håller det nog bra.
hur kan man göra med det här?
Töckar in. Ser du får line up. Det är någon skillnad vilken ändå du står
De
hit.
där,
De är aldrig, och så är de där turvist.
Hälften av anteet.
Ja, men sätt hivar rymsigt där här. Ser du in det att den när det är mitt på eller? Nu borde kunna farba ett då. Ja, nu får du triven. Där ja. Fjärde ja. Femte ja. Sådär. It's true. Sen clamps väl, vi håller dem ihop. Upp. Clamp it together. Man tar mått metal att det blir mitt på, att de blir mitt på. Ja, det räcker inte de där. Need longer ones. Klamperna annars som säger. Boy from Borneo, hello there. Hello. How much longer bolts? Maybe we put it on there, we can see how much longer we need. How much longer stuff. Also I need to measure it in the middle. Is it long? No, it needs 1 centimeter or half a centimeter longer. Did you measure how long was the axle? How long was the axle? Well, I can measure it here, roughly, but I don't get the exact measurement. Is it 180 maybe? Axle is maybe 180. Then we need to see that it's sticking out about the same. So 180 minus 125 and then that equal on both sides. Precis mitt på. Om det är på sidan så kan det börja dra det liksom när man kör. What are we doing? I'll let you guys guess. We'll see who gets it right first. Chat can guess and then we'll see who gets it right. Building some stuff. But yeah, was it 180 and then the package was 120. Did you say 125? Need to push these together, then I could measure. Now it's like sticking out 30 cent here, and here it is. It's almost in the middle right now, but it's like loose here, so we need to. Four-wheel barrel. Maybe a wheelbarrow with 6 wheels. A mega wheelbarrow. like that guy, but instead of one wheel we have 6 wheels. Then you don't get stuck in, even if it's really soft. Could almost roll it on water at that point. But yeah, you'll see, it shouldn't take us too long. We pretty much got all the pieces now. Just need to clamp those tires together, get them in the middle on the axle, and then put the axle in here, in the frame. Shouldn't be too big of a deal. Once we get our measurements correct. But yeah, that's 125, 180, 55. Then it should stick out like 27 or something from, but that's from there, I guess. It's pretty, I think it's pretty close now even. Can buy from IKEA. This you cannot buy from IKEA. This is a one of a kind. This setup, I can assure you there's not a single one like this in the whole world. Just one that's exactly like this. One of a kind. One of a kind thing. But yeah, I'm thinking now what's the easiest way to get these clamped together. And do we want to leave them like this, or is it better if there would be like a slight gap so they can like move a little bit when you roll? It's gonna pack snow here otherwise. Like, is it better if it's not like? Yeah, it's easy to adjust later. Like you take the clamp little off, it's very easy to adjust later. Clearly a skewer. Yeah, it's a skewer of tires. It's almost in the middle now, is it? But we need to. It's kind of need to put them like exactly together, and then you can measure. Pretty close now. Yeah, it's almost. Now I measured it. This is like 30.2 maybe, and this is like 36 now here. So I'm gonna push it that way. Maybe 33. Now it's 33 there, roughly. Now it's 32.5 here. It's pretty close now because they're not like 100% clamped. We can put one on one side and then push them against and put the other, and then you can. It's easy to make slight adjustments later. Some longer bolts and a clamp to keep it together. Even lock nuts.
Yeah.
It could definitely shake off otherwise. It's gonna be rolling. You got the tools.
Yeah.
You got the. Pretty easy to tighten up, so we don't even use. Could use power tools, but it's just a few bolts. I can hold on if you want to spin. Is it faster if I hold? I can hold the wrench or hold the adjustable wrench.
Yeah.
And spin asemena. Then you can spin it.
Det är jättetvinnare. Det var tuva. Det är en tuva. Det är det.
Oh, it's on. See if I get grease on the phone. Yeah, with an adjustable you could just spin it around. See that I don't get too much grease on the phone. Now it's gonna hold. Only a longer range it's gonna be. The lock thing is pushing against us a little bit. Now it's on there already. Come on. It's on there already.
Yeah.
It doesn't need, we can tighten it a little bit and put both against it and then tighten them more. Is there a bigger wrench? Just two normal wrenches goes pretty well. Yeah. Easier. Can put this guy on the other side. If it's roughly, I can put it on. Just on the axle. No, det on saat inte tätä mykyrööröstä, se usein just. I could have put the other one the other way around with the nut on the top side. I guess it doesn't matter that much. Should be staying on there both ways. I can measure. Don't tighten it super, just tighten a little bit, then we'll see. We'll see if it's roughly. Now from there to the end it's like 29.5. Then there's definitely some slop in there. No, inte det någon skillnad. Not too much of a difference. I'm gonna tighten up our skewer. Make it pretty tight. The wheels aren't flopping around too much. Doesn't matter if they're moving a little bit, but det är bara på armhilesidan, men här ser du, här är mycket sloppig så du ska bara spara lite inåt. Om du ställer fullt in så blir det för långt liksom. Too much this way. Kanske bara något 33 om man båda en cent in, kanske något det skulle vara 30. What is this here? But yeah, this doesn't change anymore unless we loosen it up. They're still like it's probably gonna shrink like 3 centimeters, 4 centimeters. So this one needs to go in like 2 more centimeters than the other, and then the other one a little bit. So maybe if you put this at like 29 or 28.5, then it should be good.
Det är helt.
Nej men fan det där diot. Nej nej mer, 32. Sorry. This needs to be maybe 32. A little bit more in. Or pull the axle, just pull the axle out, that's easiest. And then the other side is going to be maybe more tricky. Or maybe 31, you can try it. It's 31 now pretty much. Rough, I'll tighten it a little bit and then we'll see if we can adjust the other side a little bit too. Loosen this up a little bit and then push these tires a little bit more against the rest. And of course when we put the axle in there you can adjust those later too if needed. You don't need tight, super tight, as long as it stays there. Yeah. Then we can try the other side. Now this is 30.5 pretty much. This is 1 centimeter in. Then it's probably gonna, it's gonna go. Then it's gonna be pretty tight actually, probably. Roughly. It's you only need to loosen one side, I think. Did it go one? Now they're almost like compacted against each other. I think that might be pretty good. There's a little movement, but not much. I think we might want. I might want a little bit movement. Might be good so the snow doesn't. Yeah. That's like 31.7. It's like 2 meals, but it's pretty. 31.7. It's really close now. I would say close enough. Now this is 30.5. Was this 31 point something? 31 point. Yeah, it's like 1 centimeter more here now. Yeah, we can try a little bit this side. Yeah, it might get a little bit from this side still. Did it go? Oh. If we lift up like this a little bit and now push the tires. They're pretty much against each other, I think. Now it's coming. Now it can this way at least.
Vad var det på ändan där?
No, ja, men det där. Så är det jotain sandia.
Siihen Så kläms det, vet du.
Ja, nu kan man prova. Men får man orka hålla uppe det väger ganska mycket nog. Men det är bara få lyfta det lite upp så att den slider emot så är det den. Jag provar helt man skulle ta bort det där för det annars så det är nog det rasvan någon sen där före det. Och så sätt det först sen. Det är som tungt. Pretty heavy. 2 guys can lift it but 1 guy is gonna be sketch.
Det kan vara som man lite lyfter och så klämmer.
Ja. No, they're all in the air except the one I think. Or are they? Yeah, it's not great. That's the easiest way of getting those.
Vaan man dunkar upp det lite bara.
Ja, det skulle gå lätt. They'll lift both ends up so we can get them pretty much squeezed against each other. We had them pretty close there already, but just lift one tire at a time. That way, that should be pretty good too. That's going to be good enough if you do it like that, yeah. The lower part is pulled against and it should be pretty good. Now
Se.
now it's pretty, I have my knees against it here. Now if you
Matman siinä.
yeah, if you push now it should be pretty good. Get the last one.
Nu visar jag 30.
Plus että tiukkaisen forskar sijoille.
Nu där 30,5. Bra nu.
Jag får stua hivan lite till. Nu går det ut ännu en cent till nästan. Jag håller emot hin. Så nu är de däcken ganska mycket mot varandra och all.
Ja.
Man får det nu dit så tror jag det är ganska bra. Be able to get it pretty good now. Get them all pushed against each other.
Där är han.
Now they're pretty tight enough.
Nästan 31.
Tight enough against each other.
31,5.
Ja, nu är det så lite, nu går det. That's good enough.
Ja.
Close enough. Then we put the axle in the frame. I put the things that keep the axle in the frame.
Så är det bara att få den dit.
Lättast att sätta ramen först så där uppa det förbi den där och sen de där pluggarna i.
Ja.
Eller hur är det lättast? Eller ja.
Först är axeln.
Eller är det lättare att sätta den där på holkarna på den där först.
Nej, det är nog bättre att vi först är dit.
Ja. Roll it closer. Roll our skewer closer. Get it lined up and then get the frame thing on there. shall we try to lift the frame in there? Or is it easy to roll it in? You can roll it closer, but you can't roll it in there.
Det här går så lätt.
Should we put it, now it's on here like,
Förbi och sen tillbaka hit.
ja.
Där slänger jag den där bollen.
Den hålls ganska nära där på de däcken.
Ja.
Så det är ganska lätt sådär. Plugs on.
Nej, det är inte någon skillnad.
Nej, det är inte någon skillnad.
Nu är det igen. Sån här tursatus och sen.
Ja, det går att sätta till sen senare. Det är inte. More on later. Ska vi sätta en fast där med det bulten på samma eller?
Är det botten? Nej, det är botten.
Ja, den är vet du, den är för mycket dion. Det är inte mitt på. Man måste sätta en av dem där. Där får man båda till lika. Får det här till lika när du sätter dit. Får jag dra den här sådär. Nu är det bara att sätta bulten här och lyfta upp och sätta bulten i. Nu är det ganska nära. Pretty close. A little bit this way. Vart hade du där de bultarna ska där? Roller. Now it's almost. Yep. This is version 3.0. Just push those down there all the way and then put bolt in there that keeps it down. Then our roller should be pretty much ready. Or skewer or whatever you guys want to call it. I'm going to reveal what it is at some point. At least the latest point when it will be revealed is when we use it. But yeah, we're going to just put 2 bolts in there, tighten those. It should be pretty good. Then we can do, we got some other things we can take. I take the watering hose from the garden away. That's not needed anymore. Maybe the bug screens from a couple windows. Yeah, some other small stuff too. But this was the main project, or this is the main project today, I guess. Still need to tighten up those a little bit. And then yesterday my brother welded. We had this in a previous version. It was cut here. And then we had it tractor hooked up here, but now we welded this back and made another version. Good morning there, Jen. Yeah, thank you if you follow on YouTube. That's good too. Then you can see, like I know all the broadcasts, our past broadcasts are stored. They're stored on Kick and Twitch for a little bit, but on YouTube it will be there. Like you can watch every stream since the last few months when I have streamed to YouTube too, and then all the past broadcasts should be there. And I know if there's like music, then I don't know, there's maybe some that are like muted because YouTube doesn't like the music, but then you can watch all the past broadcasts. Okay, now we're gonna lift this more and see if we can get the gotta clobber it there a little bit so it goes down. Let's take, I'll do a club or hammer. Hammer should be good. Need a little hammering action. Oh, it's pretty close. Can you get the bolt in there? Now it's close.
No.
There it goes. Bolt in, not on. We can put the other side now and then you can tighten it.
Yeah.
That's one side and then the other side. Same thing. This one goes easier. Is it in the bottom? Does it need more down? Is it close? dropped out. Maybe this one. Is it even close? It needs to turn, yeah. This one is tighter. That's loud. Can't hear anything. Need hearing protection just to hammer it. We need to. Man, that was loud. Yeah. Lost my hearing almost in one ear. It's damn it was loud when you hit it like that. Surprisingly loud. Is it in the bottom? No, it's not in the bottom. I need to take the hearing protection, then bang on it a little bit more. That was loud. Surprisingly loud. We might need a bigger. Could use the bigger hammer here too. This guy might get the job done. Now try it.
Yes.
There it goes. Just a little hammer power. Sometimes you just gotta use some brute force. Brute forcing it. Yeah, what was it? Excuse me. Had to clean the air filter. But yeah, now the bolt went in there. Now it's pretty much all locked up, or now we just need to tighten the bolts. Then it's ready to roll. Ready to roll, quite literally. Yeah, it's pretty centered. If this metal piece is in the center, it's pretty close to this in the center line. So I would say it is pretty good. And tires, there's a nice gap here. It's not close. There's like 5 centimeters here, so it doesn't touch there, and seems about right. Do you have the right wrenches? Some big old nuts, big old bolts. But yeah, it's even like a very simple thing like this, what we're doing here, like just putting this together, like AI and things like that, it can do a lot of things, but like before, unless you have like a humanoid-like robot, then it wouldn't be able to assemble this. And this is like as simple as you can go, pretty much. Like it's just a few nuts and bolts, and it's like very simple. But AI can do a lot of things, but I think it's going to be a while before it could like assemble this even. Because then you would need pretty much like some sort of like humanoid-like robot or something. Some sort of Terminator. Nej, så att de hålls bara det. Man behöver inte sätta ändå 2 nuts där, de är så rostiga att de hålls nog där.
Ja.
and that's I guess that's the biggest, yeah, with AI and self-driving tractors and things like that. It goes well, but then when things go wrong or something unexpected happens, then the AI and things like that, they don't do very well yet, at least. But yeah, I'm sure at some point in the future, like if there is something a human can do now, like physically, then I'm sure it's possible to somehow make a robot do the same thing. But yeah, we're ways away from that. Like we have, you might see when we drive the tractor on the field, like we have the tractor is steering itself, and that works pretty well. But that's only, yeah, you need to set it up first when you start at the field, and then it only controls the steering, not the throttle, not the machine, not like anything else. Yeah, I guess that's the first step, and then it will evolve from there. Yeah, I found the glasses. The dog robots are creepy. Yeah, I've seen the dogs. They look like normal dogs, but they're pretty good. They can run and stuff. It's working.
Axeln finnas, det är bra så slits inte där.
No.
Axeln.
Yeah. It's working.
No roll.
Let's see here. Why can't I remove message? It's weird. Sometimes it comes up like this. If someone says, I'm trying to like remove the message, usually when you press like this, it comes like the message comes. You can like wonder why it doesn't do that all the time. But yeah, this thing is pretty much ready now. I mean, it's not that heavy. I guess we can roll it by hand too. Otherwise, I could take the tractor and put like the forks on the tractor and stack it ready for tomorrow. I mean, then we could try to pull it with the tractor too. See if it works after the tractor. I don't see why it wouldn't, but because then we can stash it somewhere there now because it's not needed right now. But where is the thing with the holes in it? We need that one. Maybe you should try it. We can try this with the tractor. Then roll it to the side. Then we can take the forks. Are the forks on the tractor or are they up there? Are the forks up there or on the tractor? Forks. Are they up there? Then we can try to put them on the tractor. Some wind. There's some wind here. Push it to get the door closed or opened. See if we can find. We need one tool or one thing to hook up the roller. And where should we put the roller? Yeah, maybe I'll put it next to the forks there. Should be enough room. Is it hidden somewhere? I'm putting the bolts to the side. Then I'm going to try to get this. Should be somewhere here. Or did you take it already? Oh yeah. And then a couple of balls and couple of pins. Okay.
Där slidan var sån här.
Tää. Vad behöver du det ifrån nu? Where's he going? NPC walked off in the distance. What was there? For the yeah, we need some sort of big pin for that one. Some sort of big pin. I'm gonna drive. Who's gonna drive? Okay, I got the backpack answer. I can take that. No, well, you can put that in, but the big pin I can take. Is this? Yeah, this one should use for. We can roll it there next to the forks. Next to the fork somewhere, so it's not in the way. Not needed right now. There we are. I'm gonna have to take a picture from this. Our super advanced tool that we built. Super advanced thing. Wheelbarrow, I can put it aside. What is it you're building, huh? Throw me your best guess. It's a secret so far. Or at least nobody has guessed the right thing. But it is technically ready now. So this is how it's gonna look. Pretty much ready. My brother's gonna fire up the tractor, then we'll just move this out of the way and put the forks on and get the chainsaw and stuff ready, because I think tomorrow we're gonna go to the forest and do some forestry. But yeah, this project, it's ready for testing. Ready for testing. We're just gonna roll it up there now, but later in the year it will be tested in its actual use case. But it's pretty much some 6 old car tires repurposed, and then this frame is just from an old field roller. So it's kind of some stuff repurposed. But yeah, we'll take this out, then we can check. We can test that the chainsaw is working. Got the chainsaw here, then we got the brush cutter down here. I'm gonna use both these tools now in the next coming days. When it's this, like today, it's kinda cold or cooler, but it's gonna be even more cool, I think, tomorrow. Like under 15 degrees. That's when I can kind of think about going into the forest and do some things. It's way too heavy or way too warm if it's over 15. What's going on now? Dropped something. Where did he go? We need sticks. Oh, they're not in the box. They must be somewhere. I should buy more of these. We need a few pins to lock this in. Otherwise this will not work. A couple of pins. There could be... Is there some on the plow? No. I mean, if I take from the... I can take from the forks. There's 2 on the forks. I'll take those now. On the forks there should be 2. På gaffeln, de 2. Jag tar de från så använder de här och sen använder vi de och sen jag tar de från 2. Should get a couple from here. Pins, we should buy a few more pins. It's one thing that you always, these pins that lock in these bigger pins or whatever these are called, always lose these. Here's 2. Joo, köpen 10 stycken.
Saat sen saman de bästa i traktorerna sen får man bara samma som bara där.
Ja, de har något som man vet. Oh, we should be able to walk this. This one side is always a little tight. So different things. One side closed. It almost needs a thinner pin. This one side has always been, it's like, it's a little shorter, so it's doesn't want to go in. It's like maybe it stays like that if the other one is good. But if it flips around, then it's gonna that's been kind of an issue always. It's weird. Sometimes I had like a pin that was a little thinner, then it worked better. It's just like the 0.3 mils too thick. You can tap it, but if you tap it in, then you have to tap it out too. Tap it in, tap it out. Där är någon A-sprint där. Ja, det är sån här som har klippt bort. That one will fit. Yeah, I can take that in the pocket. It goes to the... Lock it in the middle, yeah, roughly. Then you can reverse also. And drive up there and reverse it in there. next to the forks. Now let's see if we can hook it up. Där i mitten. Oops. Armarna är kanske nästan fullt, när jag lite upp kanske. Så det är rakt emot så går det bakåt. It's working. Roller is rolling. Tires are turning. You can turn pretty sharp. Then we can, even if it's not heavy enough, we can put some weight on it. Some extra weight if needed. Just on top of the frame there you can stack some weights if needed. I will store this. This is ready for the use later. It's packing everything between the tractor wheels, so that's kind of the point there. We'll roll it. We can back it up here now. I'll roll it up somewhere here in winter storage. But yeah, very simple tool, didn't cost very much, just some old car tires and basically some scrap iron. Det är far förbi, ja. Jag kan ta loss, kan jag rulla den lite längre. Ställer vi det där fast med samma. Ja. Man måste lyfta upp det tror jag, för det får inga ner, toppa. Not leave your finger, almost left it. Very close. Very close to leaving the wrong things in between. Then we'll hook up this guy. This guy's a little bit too small for this tractor, but with two guys I think we have to lift this maybe slightly. The arms don't go low enough. And it's not far away here. När det är på en pall så går det nog. Jag tror att det är just det här höjden. Ja, får lyfta armen upp och så lite nu. Ja, du hörde ju rätt. Lyft upp lite. Ja. Now we need it's gone. We need the third link. Yeah, it's pretty easy. Just reversing the tractor is easy. It's when you have a trailer then it gets more tricky. When you have Yeah, when you're just driving the tractor, you have like excellent visibility backwards. But if you have a big trailer here, then you basically can't see backwards. You have to use the mirrors. Then it's more tricky, way more tricky. Backing up an empty tractor where you have nothing hooked up back here, it's easier than a car, I would say, since you have very good visibility. Can you put it on, or do you have to put the hook down? Måste vara lossa, går det att lyfta, måste vara långt ner. We take the hook down to put in the third link so that we can get this properly hooked up. If it goes in between there, it could get sketchy. Do you think it's gonna go down now? It's gonna go in between there. You have to drive forward a little. But yeah, it's not too bad to reverse up a trailer either. Once you do it a few times, it's not bad. Especially if we don't have like any huge trailers, since we don't have huge tractors, so you can still kinda see when you're reversing up. It's pretty much the same as reversing up if you have a trailer behind a car. That's pretty similar to reversing up a tractor with a trailer. Maybe it's even easier with the tractor. Now you can lift the hook up and then lift up. Yep. Need more pins. Then this way it doesn't really matter that much. Oh. But hook needs to be lifted up, so it's not like that.
Ja.
Du kan köra det till havn istället där på havn som har där kanten. Lift up so the hook is up, and then we got the forks on. I believe we have this one somewhere here, so we can find it next time. Then we need the box that has the edges. It's that one. We need to take all the oil out. I think that's the one that's good to have, so we can stash all the chainsaws and stuff. A normal pallet is going to be a little sketch. I think we only have that one that has the thing around it. If we would have another one, it would be good. I think it's this one. Måste ta det på all, jag tror att det är den där. Men kan man ta det kanten bort så måste man flytta allt det oljan. There's the pallet with the edge, but it's full of oil, the oil things. You could take the edge off and put it on another pallet. That would be easier. Or do we have another pallet that has the edge? Maybe you have another one. Just something to put the chainsaws and things so they don't fall off. A normal pallet is a little bit too sketchy. Just like a flat pallet. Here's more of the similar pallet. So if we take If we take one of these and then take the edge, you can lift the edge off there, then you don't need to move with the oil. Just take this pallet and put the edge on this. This is the same size, I think. Ja, men fråga då vart den är, för nu skulle det vara bra. Det kan nog hända att vi har någon annan. Ja. Let's see if we could find another pallet. We got a bunch of pallets here, but we need one pallet with the kind of like a side edge. Just normal pallets. It's gotta be that one, or maybe this one. What's this one here? This guy, it's here. Found it. Here's a pallet with sides. Hey dude, where did he go now? Yo! He went somewhere else, but we found it. Here it is. Here the thing is we need. Of course, behind some ladders. We need two guys to lift this, I think. Might be a little heavy, and this pallet is in the way, so how am I gonna get this out of here? It might need to take the long way out. With two guys we could lift this. Maybe I can slide it underneath here. This could be sketchy. Maybe it fits there. Then the ladders are way in the way again. Too much stuff. Like usual, too much stuff. And always the thing you need is behind other stuff. But yeah, we can get it out from there. If I can just find a way to go to the other side. Jag hittade nog den var dit. Found it. This guy has some sides. And of course ladders were in the way and I barely got it underneath there. Too much stuff. We put this on there, we can drive down and I'll put the chainsaw and stuff in there and then we can put it back up there. Upstairs.
Ja, där du synte ju också.
Det skulle nog borde jag. Det är lätt att man måste lyfta, inte det är lätt att flytta bara. Nej, inte får du köra, det går inte ner. Det far inte ner. Man måste lyfta den på dig. Ja. Det är fullt ner så du. We'll lift it and put it in. The forks on this tractor, these forks, they don't go to the ground, so it's only really usable for this. Not really for even lifting pallets because you can put them on the ground to slide them on. That's good. Then we'll go down there, I'll put the chainsaw and stuff on. Then we're ready to go to the forest, but that will not happen today. Maybe tomorrow. Or the day after that, we'll see. But we can get everything ready here, so it's just to drive away and go do some logging. Or brush cutting. I need this guy, brush cutter. This guy, fuel. Maybe some other things. Put the brush cutter first. This one is the biggest one. Probably like that. It's gonna be sticking out a little bit, but nah, it's narrower than the tractor, that's good. I put everything here. Might not need the chainsaw the first time. Then just some tools. Oil and sharpening tools and things like that. Så det är bara vanliga att och hjälm med detaljer när jag kommer inifrån. Nu kan du köra in den dit upp nu. That's our basic forest tools right there. Oh, this guy came from up here somewhere too. That way I can go to the forest and I don't need to carry all the things. You can drive pretty close to where you're doing the stuff. It's getting windy today, which is kind of good. If I'm going to the forest, it's pretty much, well, it's not good if it's really windy, but some wind is okay. Keeps it cooler. Så handbromsen på, nu visket och växeln i. Det är inte tror annars rullar det mot dörren. Handbromsen är på och växeln är i. Hej, handbromsen är i nu.
Ja.
Den börjar rulla ut, annars far dörren. Vart var det här sprinten tog den där uppifrån något?
Jag var där, men lägg den dit där.
Ta den något som du har, jag stänger dörren. Close the door and it's ready. Tractor's ready to go. Var det någorlunda någon amount of fuel? Men jag kan köra nu lite så fort så tankar man sen vinter sen till nästa.
Det ska börja sida.
Ja, jo.
Fast nu man kan nog dra ännu kesän plöjningen.
Jo, det går, det far nog det.
Sen lägger man sista gången.
Kan du ta det där, har du pressure washering under taket? Den är ju också, dörren är stängt i natten där det inte, om det blir kallt att det inte fryser. Now we gotta or winterize a few things because between Saturday and Sunday now, this is the first night where it might go to -degrees during the night, like maybe or maybe just +1, +2. So the pressure washer needs to be somewhere it doesn't freeze. And I'm going to take the hose from the garden away too, so we don't have any freezing damage. It might not go, but yeah, it's better to be a little safe than sorry on this thing. Otherwise you might easily end up with some broken things. Frozen things, broken things. That guy, I gotta take it downstairs there.
Yeah.
Yep. Somewhere inside here should be okay if it's just a little minus. But is it tight? Slightly tight. Ja. Ska du nog gå in igen? Vattnet här ute behöver man inte stänga, men dörren måste fast i natten. I'm gonna take the watering hose. Put that away too. Then we can do the bug screens on the house. We can also take out the bug screens. I'm gonna put that. We can do with the right size to take the bug screens.
Yeah.
I can go after a ladder then later. This guy right here, that should self-drain, be dry, so this one should be okay. And then this guy is not needed anymore this year. Not really, I don't really have anything almost growing in the garden now, so no watering needed anymore. This one, I guess it's plastic hose, so it should be fine if it freezes with a little bit of water inside, but might as well remove it. Can already feel how this is much stiffer. When it was plus 30 in the summer, this was like liquid hose. I can probably cut this hose in half here or disconnect it here, then it's easier to carry. Easier to carry in 2 bundles. There's definitely some water inside this one. Try to drain it. The other one seemed kind of dry already. Now let's take this one first. And so we try like this, see if there's any water. Doesn't seem to be. If there's like a little bit, it should be fine. It's like a plastic thing. Plastic hose, but it doesn't seem to be much in there. Guess we'll try to blow in one and see if... Oh, there is something, because it doesn't... I can't blow through it. There is water inside there. How do we... Oh yeah, we can take those first when we're 2 guys. I'll come back to this. We need... I'm gonna go after the ladder from upstairs. We need a ladder. And it's easiest. And then you could try to mark which one was which. They were not similar. I didn't have anything to mark it, but I mean it's just 2, so it should be easy enough. But yeah, I'll go after a ladder. Ladder time. The outside furniture, we're still gonna leave it outside. Still supposed to be pretty nice days next week, so. Then in a few weeks we're probably gonna put those away too, when it gets so cold outside that you don't really wanna sit around grilling too much. But yeah, for anybody wondering, this is the oak we have. So in the forest we don't really have any oaks, but here's one oak we have. It's growing pretty nice now. It grew really slowly in the beginning, but now it's really taking off. Oh boy, the ladders might even be a struggle to get outside. Laddermans have arrived.
Ja.
Det är någon senare sidor man tog för den här. Oh. And this side, paint is starting to be not in 100% here. Within a few years we need to paint this side, I think. There's like a flaked off in quite a lot in some places. Did you take do you have a bucket for the nuts or the screws, or how did we do it with them? Put them somewhere. Somewhere so we can find them next year. Then when I take the other side, I'm gonna hold on to it. Try to remove, there's a bunch of needles in the bug screen. I can remove them once we get it down. You think you're gonna leave them like that? I would just put them in a pocket and put them in the bucket. They're gonna fall off when I take it down. Bucket would probably be a little. Just put them in your pocket. Then I'm gonna find like a small bucket in there, and then put the bucket close to these. That's the best. Just put them in. Ihan suosiolla vaan taskuun. I got this. Now it should come down. It's been vacuumed to the. Or maybe the screws here are holding it. It's not loose. Oh, one fell down. I think the other ones are holding it still. Here's one. I think that one up there is in the wood. Yep. That one you can probably take. Put it in your pocket, and I have one. One in my pocket. Where did it go? Did I give it? I gave it to you.
Ja,
Good to have short memory. No, it should. There it goes. It rips a little bit of the paint. It's so pressed against it so hard. Rip the paint a little bit there. But yeah, this is one. I'll take the other one down, then I'll put this. I'm gonna clean the needles off these and then put them away. There's a bunch of needles down there.
Ja.
Put the house in winter mode. Some needles here too. Needles and trash. Could make like a small like flips that you flip down. Then you wouldn't even need any tools to put them on and off. Small latches.
Magneetar.
Or magnets, yeah. It's good. Should come off now. See it? It's frozen to the paint. The paint has melted. It was so hot in the summer. It's been, when it's screwed to the paint, it literally rips the paint off almost a little bit. There it goes. Now I'll take these somewhere and then we can put the screws somewhere close. You're gonna leave the ladder, I'll take it away later. Put these somewhere in storage. Bug screens. Ja, jag ska de nära de här, nu går sig ut så kommer, annars så vet man inte vart de, om är någon bucket. No, the wind is not good. It's grabbing to these like crazy. Stop it, wind. Stop it. I'll have to put these somewhere. Maybe here where the window, but the window is going to go away now. But yeah, is there somewhere there, a small bucket? Then you can put it close to this somewhere here. Fine, just find a small. There's a small bucket. If there's nothing important, you can put them in there. And I'll put them, you can put them, let's see, I'm gonna put these over here. I need to clean, there were some bugs in there, or some crap. I'm gonna put them right here where the window out and put them here. Put them just behind there on the, where the transformator is. That's a good spot. And I'll take this window goes out. And then the bug screens go in. Hello there, alien. We got aliens in chat. Yep. I'll take this later. I can't really leave it outside even because it's too windy. It's gonna fall over. Then we could put these potentially in the same place there. It was just some needles and stuff and trash that we could remove from these. Keep them clean. Relatively clean at least. Put them here if the IKEA bags allows us. This is in the way here. This guy's in the way. Maybe we can get them to fit there. Now it's like, well, twisted because we have too much stuff here. That could be a decent spot to put them in winter storage. And the other one probably had some pine needles and stuff here. Definitely time to take these out when this net is kind of filling up with pine needles. You know it's fall. Even the pines and spruces, I think they drop most of their needles in the fall. Even if they don't drop all of them, but definitely some. Connection is kind of this is the sketchy spot. I'll just clean these up, then we'll go outside, and it should be better. Okay, now that looks pretty good, pretty clean. Put them here, and then we can even put this. Well, this is kind of, it's too high. This is the same thing that holds the window in the summer there. I guess they should stay there. It's not going to be super windy inside here. I'm going to put the super soaker like this. The super soaker will keep it in place. And all the other tools we got there, that's going to kind of keep it in there. Maybe even the IKEA bag. And it's not, if these fall, it's not the end of the world. It's in the summer when there's a window here. You really don't want the window to fall. But those are just kind of bug screens. Should be fine. And then we had, we're gonna take that window, I'm probably going to take it indoors immediately, because if I leave it there, there is a possibility that the wind would catch it and fell it down, and then we have a broken window. So I think it's best to move it indoors immediately. It's going to be put in place somewhere indoors, but we can just take it somewhere where it's not windy, since it's a pretty windy day today. Here I can feel the wind grabbing it. Just put the window here for now, so it doesn't fall in the wind. And do some other stuff we need to do outside. But yeah, just kind of winterizing places here. It's tomorrow, or between today and tomorrow, is the first night where it could drop to -degrees. So we want to kind of, everything that has water in it, want to make sure it's not outside. that should be good. Now we have, yeah, I got the hoses. We definitely need to take or empty them and put them somewhere. Yeah, it's nice. It's so nice now when it's cooler. I can have long sleeve shirt on, do some physical things, and it doesn't even get hot. Getting kind of warm now when I'm doing more, but yeah, it's so nice when it's 15 degrees now or 17 degrees or whatever it is. So nice. Can actually do things and don't need to have the handbrake on the whole time. Which is nice. Yeah, we need to go drink a little bit and then do some other things. Who's peeing? And we had the hoses. We might actually need the yellow one. I need to put it on a slope somewhere so it drains, because I couldn't blow through it. That means that there is quite a bit of water in it. We probably need to put it on a slope somewhere. Put one end maybe down there and then the other end up here. Then it should drain it, because it's like a kind of rubber, between plastic and rubber, so it should be fine, maybe with some water in it, but I mean, it's not gonna hurt cleaning it or clearing it out so there's no water in it. We'll leave this end up here, then we'll go downhill, then we can come up here, then if we blow through it, then it should definitely clear all the water out. Now it should be downhill pretty much the whole way, then we can see if we get the water out. It should drain itself, I guess, if we have it like this. Maybe a little bit more down here. Now it should definitely drain itself. There was a decent bit of water in there. A few liters. I guess less weight to carry if we drain it properly. Now if we blow through the other end, it should go through. Now I can blow through it. You still feel like a resistance. I guess when it's a long enough hose there's some resistance even if there's no water. But now it's definitely dry enough. I saw the other end there was water coming out when I did that, but now it's dry. You can even go like this when you reel it up. Yeah, now it's dry for sure. It's one, and then we got to put this away, then we have another one, another similar hose. Now this old milk line, or I guess this is the air line up here. This is a good place to hang your hose, so to speak. Up here. Here's usually where I put the garden hoses for winter. And it's not in the way and relatively easy to take it in the spring. But yeah, someone asked about my greenhouse. This is the greenhouse. Mini greenhouse. 1 cubic meter greenhouse. But it worked for the corn. I first grew it inside this one outside a little bit, a few weeks, and then put it in the ground. I'm gonna do the same thing next year, but I'm gonna have more stuff. This summer I didn't have that much, or this spring. Next year I'm gonna put as much as I can in this one. A lot of corn, a lot of, yeah, I had some like cucumbers, or not cucumbers, but gherkins, but they died for some reason. Or they didn't start to grow actually, maybe the seeds are old. But yeah, corn, cucumbers, gherkins, something like that. First inside this and then outside. Yeah, I just like when you grow it from seed, like the pot is like really small, like it's like this. When the pots are the size of this, like you don't need a lot of room. Like that would be 10 seeds right in here, and these I could probably fit like 15 of these inside there, so that's a lot of seed already. Like, and then when the plant is like maybe 10 centimeter high here, then I would put this and put it outside. So that one is just needed for a few weeks in the spring. How warm is it inside here? 13 degrees. 13, 14. But yeah, mini greenhouse. Of course I could buy a bigger one. Well, this was really cheap. It's just 3 levels and basically a plastic bag around it. But yeah, small and simple. Just a zipper on the side to open it up, close it. It worked well. It made me able to actually grow the first corn cobs ever, so. That was good. And tomatoes, I think I might also want to pre-grow more, since I have some in the outside there now. But I've gotten a few red ones, but there's a bunch of green ones that might or might not have enough time to ripen up. The Saturday, Sunday night is going to be crucial. It's going to drop down to really low temperatures, hopefully not minus degrees. Otherwise, garden season is officially over. I guess this is easier if I lift this up like this, then just go through it like this, then we should get all the water out. This hose is getting kind of old. This sprayer had already some issues this year. There's like a mechanism here, so this, you can't even turn it now, but this like flips from side to side when the water flows in. And sometimes it got stuck on one side, like it didn't move back and forth. So I think the mechanism inside here is wore out. So I might need to buy a new one of these for next year. I think this one is really old. Probably used this for like, I don't know, 20 years. So it might be time for an upgrade. But yeah, it held together this year, so that's good. Okay, we need to see the end, see if there's water coming out. Should be if I have this higher all the time. Then if there is water here, it should flow out. Same size, smaller? Nah, probably the similar size. Like this is for a garden hose. You can't have a much bigger one on a garden hose, I think. Oh, there was some water at the end. Probably similar size. I think my brother talked something about, yeah, maybe buying a little bit bigger one. I don't know what's the biggest one you can get for a garden hose. If we would get a little bigger one or a different type, then I could actually try to irrigate, yeah, a little bit. Maybe try to irrigate a little bit bigger area next year. Maybe half a hectare. That would already be a lot more than what we had this year. This year we just had a little test patch. But yeah, when it's like a garden hose sized garden or like hose, then you can't get too much water through it. Half inch or 3/4. I believe this is probably half inch, if I would guess. It's like the thickness of a finger. I would say it's probably half inch. So it's pretty small, yeah. We could maybe, from there, there's like there we have, I think, a 3/4 hose. If you would buy like maybe 100 meters of that hose, then you could have a little bit more water flowing through. But yeah, this one it's pretty small, just garden hose. Garden hose size. Okay, that's good. Guess we can go take a look at the garden. Maybe the last check before it freezes. It's really gonna be close this night. I think on the forecast it was like +2 or +3 this night. So it's a pretty like flat low area here with forest all around. So usually if they forecast like +2, then it could drop to -1 here in the lowlands. Parents only have three quarters garden house. Yeah, that's the bigger one. This is the one we've always had here. It's definitely enough for the garden, but yeah, as soon as you want some bigger areas, then more flow would be better. Probably not gonna find any strawberries. If we find strawberries now, it's gonna be completely crazy. We did find a few strawberries like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, which was completely crazy already. Parsley is still growing. We got beans. They're not dead yet. Oh, I should have taken the zippers. We could cut the corn plants. We could cut down. All the corn has been harvested, so this is just the stalks left. Tomatoes are fine now, but yeah, if it goes to -1, then they're not gonna be fine. I guess I could take a few of these borderline red ones. Then once you take them indoors, they will turn. Like if they're this ready, if you take these indoors, wait a few days, then these will turn to like red. Like you can see, here's a bunch of tomatoes on the way still. So if it doesn't freeze, then we get a bunch more. I can take these ones that are kinda ready before they freeze. Yeah, there's a lot of tomatoes here. A lot. Where did we throw the one? There's like 5 borderline ready one. Started the water with the strawberries this morning. Oh yeah. That's a little bit. Oh, it's gotta be at least a week ago when we did that. What's that? Some sort of. It's a chunk of ground. But yeah, these are pretty good. Then we get some thistles here. Could rip them out. If I come here without gloves, it's not nice to pick the things when there's thistles. Thistles in the tomatoes. Yeah, there's a lot of tomatoes on the way, yeah. One more week I could get 10-15 more, I think. I'm gonna pull more thistles out. I'll put the the tomatoes here for a bit. They can chill here. And now when the tomatoes are growing outside here like this, it's not really possible to move these indoors or anywhere. I guess I could put something like a tarp over them or something to try to protect them from the cold. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, definitely you can get a lot of tomatoes. This is just 2 plants. I planted like two plants of tomatoes, and each one now has probably 30 tomatoes on the way. Some of these really small ones, these for sure are not gonna have enough time to ripen up, but I mean technically you could eat some green tomatoes, but it doesn't really taste that good. Here's a bunch. Bunch of small ones. Then once, if it goes to minus degrees and this dies and the beans die, then you could basically plow this garden. When we put the plow on the tractor, just kind of plow this part and then this upper part. And then it's ready for next year. I also see these mini tomatoes have some ripened ones against. This one is good. This produces like a lot of these small ones. Don't know if it has a more official name. I've always just called it mini tomatoes. Maybe it's like cherry tomato or something. Bunch of these. That one is kind of opened up, but these are nice. A lot of these are really green too here, but some we can pick. Not plow the strawberries. Yeah, we need to start from here and do a few. Come in from this direction and then plow this way maybe a couple times and then a couple times here. Try to not destroy the strawberries, or not plow the plastic, so then you rip the whole plastic off and then it would not be nice. But yeah, now we got some mini tomatoes and some bigger tomatoes. Possibly last harvest of this year. But yeah, otherwise the strawberries look good. They have grown, like the plant itself has grown a little bit now in the fall even. But yeah, no strawberry. There are strawberries back there. Oh my god! What the hell? That one might be like not edible anymore. But look at these guys. I don't know if there's any strawberry experts or strawberry growers in chat, but I mean this one it's kind of, there's dirt on the strawberry. Don't know if I want to eat this. It's a little rotten, but this guy, there's somebody else has been eating this, but there's you could eat this strawberry. I think I can get the dirt off. Strawberries in almost October. This I have not seen before. September strawberry. Taste is good. Taste is good. There's even a couple, like there's one green one. So if it continues like this, then maybe it still produces. That's the only one I see that has any strawberries on though, so the rest have understood the mission that it's fall time. Hello there, Mark. Yeah, I just ate a strawberry again. Still strawberries. Is it 20th or 21st of September, and still finding strawberries in the strawberry land. Crazy. Very, very crazy. I guess we'll take some weeds out. Not too many weeds here. The plastic take care of most of the weeds. Just maybe a few dandelions here and there. (21st). As far as I know, you should remove the runners when they're present. Yeah, I did cut these once. So these that grow to the side, I did cut these already once. But yeah, they've grown even more ones. Here you can clearly see like this was already in the ground there. So this would actually form another strawberry plant. Like it's kind of funny how the strawberry, one of the ways that the strawberry multiplies, like it grows this to the side in the air and then roots come out down and plant comes up upwards. Then it just grows and grows. But yeah, I did cut these ones. I guess we could cut them again now. I should really go after the big scissors. I could cut down the corn too at the same time. Then we could cut these too. There's like a bunch of these. But yeah, this one, like if I would take this one and put it in soil now, I would have like a new strawberry plant here. I did it here a little bit. So these ones, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are from runners here. So from the 6, I think 5 are still alive. So that way I got a few extra strawberry plants. So I think if this one especially, if I would take now this, put in soil like this, then this could form a new strawberry plant. We could maybe put this in the one that died here. All the other ones seem alive, but easy way to get more strawberries. Like you can multiply them yourself. Just if I would take this really carefully and put it in soil now, we could try to put it here. This one that I put here, I think this one died, but let's try this one. There's really nothing to lose here. It has roots, so we could try to dig a hole in the ground and put it in there. See if it will survive until next year. This one looks kind of live, and I think these might survive. The other ones, but yeah, the rest we could cut away. I'm gonna go after the big scissors. Then we can do some cutting. I did cut these ones, but they have produced a huge amount of the runners now in the fall. It's been plenty warm at least. Yeah, around here we have some strawberry farms, but they usually have, maybe they have like a little bit, like a hectare or like just a little bit of strawberries. I mean, if you have, let's say you would have 1 hectare of strawberries, like that's a lot of work. 1 hectare of strawberries is a lot of work. Since the picking, I don't think there's like a machine that does that, so you have to have just a lot of people come in and pick. So yeah, if you want to have a strawberry farm, then technically you don't need that many hectares, but it's a lot of work per hectare. A lot more than like growing wheat. So yeah, you might get more income per hectare, but then it's also more expensive to plant 1 hectare of strawberries. Yeah, there's one guy. I think I saw like a YouTube video. There was somebody who roughly said that if you plant 1 hectare of strawberries, it's gonna cost you about 10,000 euros. And then they produce fruit for maybe 2 or 3 years. So it's a big investment. And maybe you can then you probably get more back too, because otherwise it would not be profitable at all. Yeah, let's take this guy. The big scissors. And here in Finland at least, a lot of the pickers come from maybe Thailand and Ukraine. I think there's been a lot of pickers here in Finland from those countries. and then it's been sometimes been challenging for the farms to find enough workforce. Because yeah, picking strawberries, it might sound like easy work, but pick strawberries for 8 hours. It's really heavy work. Most people don't really want to do it. But yeah, it's just the stalk left here. So we can just chop this down. Then it's easier to plow it in the ground. Just chop it down. Yeah, then they have, from what I've seen, they have, the strawberries 2-3 years maybe. And then they have some other crops there for a few years. And then you can put strawberries back in again. But yeah, corn plants definitely have the thickest stalk that I have ever grown. Like this down here, the stalk, it pretty much reminds me of like a small tree already. It's like maybe 3 centimeters thick. Almost like wooden. "250 hectares strawberries, oh God." Yeah, I don't know in Finland what's the average size, but I think for strawberry farms in Finland it's probably, I would say average size for those types of farms, like more like vegetable farms. It's probably like 5 hectares or something like that, the average size. "250 hectares, yeah, that sounds industrial. That sounds very industrial. Okay, that's the corn chopped down. That should flow through the plow better. Then we can do the runners on the strawberries too. The other strawberries up there, they didn't have that much runners as those. Maybe these are younger. Maybe they produce like the first and second year. Maybe they produce a lot of them then. Yeah, we have a lot of that here too. Pretty much all the strawberry farms here are like, you can either buy from them or then you can go and pick yourself. And then if you pick yourself, then it's a little bit cheaper, of course. And then you get to choose exactly which strawberries you take. Yeah, man, it's nice when it's not hot. I can sit here with the long sleeved shirt, just sit around, do something actually, and it's not hot. It's very, very shocking. This is probably the coldest day in 6 months here, and it's still 15 degrees or something. Thank you for the follow there, SJ. And yeah, if somebody's followed on Kik, thank you for that too. I can only see the Twitch follows here on my app. But I can see if someone says something both on Twitch and Kik. I got the app here that shows both the chats. And Chile, thank you for the follow. Yeah, sounds industrial. I guess that's a lot where it's going these days, it seems. A lot more of these industrial type farms. We already barely have a strawberry season down here. How long is it for you? The strawberry season, it's not very long usually, like it's probably in July, like usually maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks. But as you saw there, like it's really weird this year, it's been so warm. I just picked a strawberry in end of September now. That's really not happened ever before, but I don't know. I think the strawberries are confused with the weather too. And Seftli, thank you for the follow. Yeah, today we're doing farming, or right now we're doing a bit of farming. Earlier we built a little bit of a machine there. And then did some other stuff in between. And yeah, we do kind of all kinds of things on this channel. Mostly somehow connected to farming, but sometimes we're just out exploring places too. But yeah, let's go and go cut those runners off those strawberries. Do you ever find any animals in the crops? Sure, you can find sometimes. Sometimes there can be like maybe snails or something, but this year there hasn't really been too much. Like I had the potatoes here. The potatoes were probably the cleanest potatoes I've ever grown. Like there can be those like small tin worms that grow inside potatoes, but there was none of that this year. So I don't know. Usually not that much. Like for sure there's like some things crawling around, but nothing really. Oh God, there's another. I see a strawberry again. What is this? What is going on? Right there is a strawberry. This one is clean even. So look at this, guys. Strawberry in September. I have grown strawberries maybe 10 years now. I've never seen strawberries in September. I've never seen strawberries even in August before this year. But I mean, it's not bad. We got some free snacks. Not bad. Don't forget the frogs. Yeah, we have seen some frogs. Even if this has been a dry year, then we, like the last few days, we just casually saw a frog jumping around. That's also kind of weird because usually frogs are in like wet areas, and we saw them in not so wet areas. But yeah, the main strawberry season was like a couple of months ago, and now still I can find some strawberries. But yeah, we're just gonna cut off these that grow to the side. There's a bunch of them in some of these plants. Like here you can see there's a bunch of them. This one has already, like, it has roots in the ground, so if I would leave this, then it would have another plant here. I guess I can leave this one here. It's not really bad if there's an extra plant growing here. I guess this was one plant that maybe died. Maybe there's one there that's gonna grow in there. This one kind of died. There's one. It's growing from somewhere underneath. Oh yeah, it's from this plant. This one is connected to this guy. I don't really. Let's see if it comes back on itself. We're pushing some sort of bit rate from here. Oh yeah, just a random. It does that occasionally. Usually it's just for like 10 seconds, 10-15 seconds though. Then it usually comes back. Don't really need to take those out as long as we cut them off. Should be fine. Couple of massive ones over there that have a ton of these side growths. There's a couple of smaller ones here. I think these were somehow a little weaker. That one could be in there if it wants to grow there. That's fine, so we're not going to cut those. Yeah, here's a lot of these, massive amounts of these growths here. There a little ditch between the fields near you. Yeah, there's a ditch here. So that's the neighbor's field on the other side there. There's a ditch going right there. Our field, neighbor's field. Okay, we'll take these. Last ones here, these are pretty big. And then the other row. But yeah, usually between fields here, there's always like this little ditch. Especially if it's like two neighbors. Then there's almost all fields have like a ditch going around them. I guess there's one field there where it's just flat between the neighbors. But pretty much always there's like a ditch where the borders are. And these are just this is just like a small ditch. But up there's like a bigger kind of main drainage ditch. This is just a small one. But yeah, if you would have come here maybe in the 50s, then all the fields would have been ditches like this, and then like 20 meters, and then another ditch, and then 20 meters, and then another ditch, or maybe even like 15 meters. When all these fields had like open ditches. Now it's like there's pipes inside the field, and that way you can have the whole field kind of flat, and you don't have to have like a lot of ditches. But yeah, it's cool when you look at the old aerial photographs from the 50s. Then you can see all the fields. They look so weird when it's like full of ditches. Yeah, but yeah, back in the day it was all the fields looked way different. You can still find now, I think, I don't know the exact percentage, but of all the fields in Finland, I think probably like 80% has tile. So all these fields you see here, they have like pipes inside them every 20 meters or so, like a network of pipes that go out to the bigger ditches. Not visible, but I even have like maps when they made the tiles, then they like had a map that shows where all the pipes go. That's pretty cool. One thing you don't really think when you see a field, it's completely hidden. The only thing you see is if you find where the pipe comes out from the field. Otherwise you don't see it. But yeah, pretty much all fields, all fields here, they have either open ditches, like some fields still have the old ditches, old network of ditches left, but most fields have like tile. Because yeah, I know I've always, when you have tuned in here for the last few years now, you always hear me complaining that it's so dry. Then you might wonder that why do we drain the fields if it's always too dry? But in the spring it's never too dry usually. It's pretty much never. Like when the snow melts, it's like too wet everywhere. So then you need to dry the field to be able to do anything in the spring. But then after that, in the summer months, it would be nice to somehow pump in some water in the fields. Like summers have been way too dry, but still in the spring the drainage is still needed in the spring. Otherwise we could go in the fields maybe 1 month later, and that would be really bad. Couldn't really grow anything at that point. So that's why we have field drainage, even though the fields are kind of too dry all the time now, especially in the summer. But yeah, once we get a wet year, then the drainage might be needed even in the spring or in the summer, and maybe even in the fall or in the summer if it's like a wet summer. Or rice. Or yeah, that we should just plug all the ditches and grow rice. I don't think we have enough heat here for rice. Or I don't know, how long of a growing season does rice need? I think it might need a pretty long season. So I think our summer might not be long enough here. At least I've never heard anybody try to grow rice in Finland. Can't say I know anything about rice growing though. Yeah, it was those birds that had those weird sounds. Weird sounding birds. No bear sounds yet, because yeah, there's been some bear sightings, and not here I think, but somewhere some bear killed like a dog, or maybe even a few dogs have died from bears. So yeah, humans don't really die from bears or wolves, but some animals definitely die, like a bunch of sheep and dogs definitely die each year from predators, or yeah, wolves and bears. And that's definitely a problem in some areas. Because it is wet and cold in winter, only spring grain possible. No, winter crops are possible. You can have winter wheat, winter rye, winter canola. At least those you can have here. But yeah, we have really never had like winter crops. I don't know, you can probably not see, but our neighbors over there, they're tilling right now or harrowing, so I think they might be seeding some winter crops, maybe. But yeah, other than that, not a lot of winter crops here. It's more risky. If you have winter crops, it's more risky even more risky than the spring crops. And yeah, my neighbor, he had like winter wheat here in a couple of fields, and it was just as shitty as our spring wheat right here, like really crappy too. So it could yield better, or technically it should yield better, but yeah, from what I've seen here, neighbor had 1 year he had winter canola, and it basically all died over winter. So it's very risky, very risky. But yeah, maybe we have had a few bad years for the winter crops too now, in addition to the not so good summers. But yeah, if you get the right winter, for sure you can have winter crops here. Winter rye, winter wheat is probably the most common ones. But yeah, now that's pretty much, we've cut up all the side shooters. But yeah, there's definitely some areas here where if you have sheep, for example, then if you have a fox come in and kill 20-30 sheep, then that's not gonna feel nice. So I think some areas it's becoming impossible to to have like sheep, for example, and you're going to be really scared to go, or to when they're hunting, to let your dog run in the forest, like that's going to be actually be really scary. Like it's not a big chance, but a decent chance that the dog gets kind of killed when it's running in the forest. So yeah, foxes, bears definitely cause damage, but not so much like directly to humans. But definitely for pets and sheep are definitely in some areas in big trouble. Okay, let's take this out and then we'll try to remember to take the tomatoes from here too. I didn't think foxes ate sheep. No, foxes don't eat sheep. The wolf eats sheep. Foxes, they might eat. Foxes, they're not really that bad. They could eat. Yeah, they're mostly if you have like some smaller animals. Maybe they could eat lambs. Like really, when the lambs are really small, then a fox could probably kill it. Like a fox could kill a cat too. So, I mean, for small pets, a fox could be dangerous. Take care of horses. I don't think anything eats horses. There was some horse that was killed. Was it a bear or was it a wolf though? I think it was a bear. Because there was even like cows. There was some cow that was killed also. And that's pretty similar in size to a horse. So I think like a pack of wolves or maybe a bear, it could be dangerous for a horse. Again, not super common, but I think it could happen. Fox and chicken, that's a good one. If you have chickens, then a fox is really bad. You could have 20 chickens, then you get one fox, one night, all chickens dead. Not very many people have chickens anymore these days, but yeah, fox plus chicken is bad combination. Guess we lift this up a little bit now. Our farm had chickens and pigs a long time ago. Like maybe in the 60s, 70s maybe. Then they still had like, most farms around here had like a lot of animals. But these days, pretty much all the farms you see here, no one has any animals anymore. Everybody is just crop farmer these days. Yeah, maybe some people have like a few chickens, but it's mostly for fun these days. I don't even know where the closest farm here would be that grows like chickens like professionally. I have no idea where that would even be. I know the closest cow farm from here is probably like 10 kilometers away. And then there's one farm that has, I believe they have goats or something like that. But yeah, there's not a lot of animal farms around here, like professional ones at least. Maybe somebody has like one or two chickens or something like that. It's mostly in Finland, like if you go to the central parts, that's where there's a lot more animal farms. And then here in the south, it's mostly crop farms. We'll leave these tomatoes here, then I can see them, take them later. They don't roll away. go here, take a look at what, for the people that didn't watch the early stream. We built this or completed this in the early stream. Does anybody have a good guess of what that is? Maybe it's not visible in the sun there. That one is ready for some testing in the place where it's needed later. But yeah, got that completed. Make a road for cycling. What is it used for? That's what I'm asking you guys. What do you think this is used for? For the ski track. There we have the first guy, I think, who got close. So yeah, this is like a roller for the snow in the winter. So when you get new snow, then we're gonna hook this up to the tractor, and then the tractor wheels like pack outside here, but then between the tractor wheels you need something to pack down the snow on like a ski track. Then this will hopefully work as that. This is probably version 3.0 now. First we had like a barrel there, and then last winter we just used the pack. This should work pretty well, and it's only meant for the snow packing, so we don't need to. When we had the packer from the Cedar, we always need to move some hose and do some things. This one is ready to go once we get snow. So yeah, a roller for snow. Just some old car tires, plus our old. Originally that was like a roller for the field, but we replaced the metal things with some tires. Should work pretty well. The tires should make it so that when you roll in the snow doesn't stick to the tires, hopefully. Because when we had the first version, the snow was sticking to the roller too much, and that's not good. But the tires shouldn't pick up too much snow. But yeah, we'll run this when we get snow in a few months here. See how it works. Then we can, yeah, see if it packs the snow well. I can show you the previous one that we used. Then we have another thing. First we pack the snow with that guy, and then we have another thing that you can cut the grooves in the snow, so you can then ski in them. But yeah, no snow yet, but last year I think we got snow in mid-November already, so 2 months from now we definitely could have snow. So yeah, previous years or last year I used this guy from here, like this is a similar thing, like this packer part, but then we needed to disconnect this here, take the hose from here, take that out, put some chain to keep this beam in the middle, and it was kind of a little bit of a pain to do that. So now we have a dedicated machine for the snow packing. And also this one, it left a little bit unpacked in between the wheels. But yeah, we'll see how that one works this winter. And there should be a little bit less work here when we don't need to disconnect that one. Yeah, let's go outside. Inside a metal building, surprisingly the connection isn't best. But yeah, we always get snow here, at least a little bit. There's been a few winters where we only had maybe 15 centimeters at one time, like at the most. But usually last winter we had like maybe half a meter at most. But it's usually here, it's like you might get some snow, then it melts a bit, then you get more snow, then it might melt again, then you might get snow. So it's like, it varies a lot. And big differences from year to year. Take a look at the forest here a little bit. Birch forest. But yeah, I already packed the chainsaw and brush cutter on the tractor, so I think tomorrow we might be going to the forest, do some forestry. Right here we don't need to do anything, but I have a few places that need a little work, I think. But it's growing well here. It's not going to be too long. And then we can again remove some trees here. Still some leaves in the birches. Not all the leaves have fallen down. Definitely some have. Not going to take too long, then it's going to be all leaves on the ground. They look perfectly planted rows. This is not planted in rows. I know, especially if you see trees that are planted in exactly straight rows, it's usually somewhere where it's been a field, and then they want to turn it back to a forest. Then when it's a field, there's like no rocks, so then you can easily plant in straight rows. But this is not planted in rows. It might, like if you stand in the right spot, you might find like a few trees in a row, but it's only like accidental. This is not planted in rows. It might look like here, if you stand here, then it might look like there's a few trees in a row here, but it's only accidental. This has never been a field, so we just planted in like good spots. So it's not planted in rows. It's more important to get the trees in good spots than have them exactly the same distance from each other. Because yeah, sometimes you have a lot of rocks, then you can't plant there, then you just plant in areas that you can plant. Where it's not rocky, not that rocky. But yeah, this is birch trees. Looks pretty nice. I have already like thinned this once, so I've already been here once and removed some of the uglier birches. Now we got the better ones growing. It looks pretty good. This one, it still needs one thinning before the trees are really big. It's starting to be like when the trees grow bigger, then they need more room, and then it's good if you can remove some, then you give them more room to grow. And these are not that old. I would say these were planted, it's probably like 20 years ago, maybe 22 years ago. So it's pretty, this tree is probably almost 20 centimeters thick here. So that's pretty good growth in 20 years. Almost 1 centimeter per year. For our conditions here, it's pretty good. I know if you go in the jungle or somewhere, then trees can probably grow a lot faster. If you have like bamboo or something like that, can grow really fast. But yeah, here's also the border between the neighbor. The neighbor planted a little bit. He's got pine here, then he's got Siberian larch. It's that tree and that one. That's kind of an interesting tree. It's a tree that has needles, but it still drops all of them in the winter. Usually the trees that have needles keep some of them for the winter, but the larch, it drops needles for the winter. Yeah, I think it's really, those can grow, they grow so fast that you can see. They probably grow like, I don't know how much they can grow in one day, like 20, 30 centimeters in a day maybe. But that's crazy. Cray. But yeah, birches can probably, if you think lengthwise, they can grow 1 meter in 1 year. Probably maybe a little bit over even, lengthwise. But yeah, for sure some species grow a lot faster. But then also the wood isn't really good for the same thing. The wood is like really fluffy if it grows that fast. Generally, if a tree grows slower, then it's going to be like better for lumber, for example. But yeah, here's one of the spots here. I usually in the winter have like a ski track right here. It's really pretty flat here and no rocks, so you can use a roller here and make a ski track. Doesn't really look like a ski track now. There's a bunch of raspberry plants and things growing here, but it will change a lot in 2 months. Then it might turn into a ski track. This tree is really big. This is one of the ones that grew really well. That's probably 20 centimeters thick. Yeah, bamboo, it definitely has some uses, but you don't really want to make lumber out of bamboo. Or you can't even, if you cut it, it's like, it has a hole inside, so. But it's still like the bamboo, if you take one bamboo plant and you don't cut it open, it's pretty strong still. Like as long as it's like a pipe, pretty much like a pipe. It's still, you could build some structures if you just keep it as a whole thing. You don't want to like cut it open or anything. Then it loses its structural integrity. Yeah, it's really lightweight because it's like it has a hole inside. Like this tree here, it's full of wood inside, so it's gonna be pretty heavy stuff. Just check on the grass field here. Grass is still growing a little bit. But yeah, if it goes to -degrees a few nights, then the grass will pretty much stop growing. And then the growing season is officially over. So we'll see the next night here what it does. Still looks like it's growing a little bit. Bunch of clover here. Yeah, ditches are still dry to the bottom. So almost always there's some water in the bottom there, but now you could walk at the bottom there. Bone dry. I think that ditch, it goes like there and then goes inside the forest where there is like some sort of spring, but even that has like dried up now. So it's been so dry for so long. But yeah, I think we're gonna probably wrap it up here for today. Then tomorrow we'll see if it's like a nice day like today or maybe even colder. Then we might be going to the forest, doing some forest action. It's been a long time since we've done like forest work or forestry. But yeah, thanks for watching today, and I will see you guys next time.
down the rabbit hole again. And as I fall, I can feel the pain. You can't tell me what. I'm out of love, but I guess I deserved it. Trying to hide, to pass you by. I'm getting down, I'm feeling fine. I'm light as air, no one can reach me. Lost in a dream, lost in between. Let's keep on flying, let's keep on breathing. I'm falling up, I'm falling down from the sky and from the